But the truth I got some kind of amnesia. You crept upon me, said you thought of me fondly. And finally, since we let go, you're ready. Say hello. What do you hope to see coming to this place? Said you'd never call up. Now you're all up in my face, in my face, in my face, in my face. You like a time traveler. You like to go backwards. You like a time traveler, running from the future. Time traveler. Time traveler. This area you made restricted, off limits. Thought I would miss it before I ditched it, dismissed it. Yeah, I was timely, put off all that behind me. And after 3 years of living, you're asking to go back in. What did you hope to see coming back to me? Are you satisfied now? Could you die now? Happily, 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 happily. You like a time traveler. You like to go backwards. You like a time traveler, running from the future. Running from the future. Time traveler.
Let us begin. Once upon a time, Darky was camping in the forest. Probably having a really nice dream. And the sun started to rise, and he woke up to the sight of a beam of light coming through his tent. And he couldn't wait to see what was outside. I wish you saw me like you see you. I wish you saw me like you see me, see you. And this is what he thought about. I wish you could see that I'm a person too. I wish you could see that I am hurting too. On the attack, the ignorant see meat and they see food, but I'll see them yak if it's truly the last thing that I do. And they want that back, the power to place someone under rule. But all of that's crap, all of that's crap to me. And all of that's crap. I can't see your face through all this shit you're talking to me. Let's sit down and mix perspectives up and sip that smoothie. Hate will bring you down or bring you up if you move smoothly. I may get around and act a clown, but you can't fool me. I wish you saw me like you see you.
Greetings, my esteemed watchers, and welcome to another episode of Poison Points. I'm your host, Irisu, and it's a pleasure to see you all in chat tonight. I see that some of us are cultured with taste, and, well, DL, you also sit on the table yourself. So, my pleasure to have you here. How are we doing this fine evening? It seems to have been a long week for everyone. A little bit of unrest, it seems. I hope that everything is all right, and that all of your problems fade away. Well, see, Chance, I meant it more as an endearing thing. With pure, full love. Hopefully that isn't too mean. I realized when I said it that it could have been a little bit on the meaner side, so I do apologize, my plumpy rat. Work was busy today, so I'm rather tired. I see. Yeah, that's what they all say. Well, I say it. So, it has to mean something, right? I hope you're doing well, though, Chance. I extend all of my love and empathy and sympathy to you. Please, feel better. You're lucky I like you. Well, I mean, I could say the same. We are toxic to each other in the best of ways. Take a look at these hands. They want to just grab you and stroke you and cuddle you and squeeze you really, really hard. But regardless, I hope that everyone's weekends was okay. Hard not to like a cute goth frog. You know that you're the first person to have called me goth, which, I'm not going to lie, is kind of the aesthetic that I like to go for. If I had to pick one aesthetic that I want to achieve at all times, it is either pastel goth or goth. That would be my preference. Better catch your hands if you know what's good for you. Well, they can also ball up into a fist. I don't know if that counts. Oh, I am quite exhausted today. I won't lie. I got the most sleep I've ever gotten, and it's always the nights that I get the most sleep that I'm the most exhausted. I do not understand. I can literally work on 4 to 6 hours of sleep normally, but the nights that I get 8 hours plus, it's over for me. I don't understand my body composition. I really should just get 6 hours. That's all I need to live. But here we are. When you oversleep, you use energy trying to stay asleep. I suppose so. It just kind of happened. Like, I just passed out. It just, voila, I was gone. I tried to fall asleep during my break at work today, but I couldn't because I'm not a big napper. I just have a very hard time napping. I got like 3 hours of sleep, woke up for like 5 minutes, did a thing, and conked out for another 5, feeling good. Well, hey, if you get the rest that you need and you feel better after it, then by all means, that's good. See, the thing that I found is, at least there is some studies that say this, it's not fully proven fact. If you wake up in the middle of the night, roughly halfway through your sleep cycle, and do something for half an hour to an hour, say, read a book, write something down, what have you. And my phone is being a little finicky. Was that my computer? Anyways, if you do that, you can, you actually get better sleep because you reset your body in just the right way and you maximize the amount of sleep that you can get. There is historical evidence that this works, as many diary entries were written in the middle of the night. Surprisingly, they would wake up in the middle of the night and write down diary entries, and most of them talked about how they just got good sleep. It's just simply how it was. You discovered a Gatorade flavor that I disliked today. You know, in the corner of my eye when I read that, I thought you said Grand Blue. I discovered Grand Blue, and I was like, Silver, please. I'm gonna kick your ass. What is this Gatorade flavor? Also, hello, Bonnie. Long time no see. We were just a chats away, basically. Lime cucumber. All right. Story with Irisu time. I used to work at a pretty high-end restaurant. I wouldn't say fancy, but I worked at a high-end restaurant. High-end to the point where the chef threatened to stab you with a knife. High-end. And I was in charge of desserts. That was my station. I was the lead pantry chef. And a lot of people would come to me with a set, as it were, a certain set that they would put on our goat cheese panna cotta. Panna cotta is bland on its own. You need a set to go with it. A fruit, a sugary substance, something crunchy. And one time somebody brought up the idea of a dessert cucumber. And needless to say, I was skeptical of doing cucumber at all. But I went along with it because I'm one of those people who likes to experiment just a little bit. Not high end, it's high strung. Don't worry, I left right away. But we tried it out. The head chef ended up not liking it. He said it wasn't good enough for the restaurant. But I was honestly surprised at the direction that we took it. It went from being a sweeter side of cucumber juice to an extremely spicy cucumber juice. And that worked. It worked surprisingly well. Like, color me like a skeptic, right? I went in with the lowest of expectations and came out surprised. So, the next time you look at cucumber juice, you don't have to save it. That's entirely up to you. But it has its uses and its properties. In fact, cucumber juice is actually decently okay for you. It's actually slightly better than water normally, but high stakes, if you will. You thought you would like it because it's lime. It's relatively new, I believe. See, the lime is actually what messes with me. Lime and cucumber does not sound like it goes well together, but it could be a scientific thing. Oh, Buffy has activated dancing time. We are hidden behind the monitor, which I don't know why I didn't actually put away. Sorry, Buffy. Let me move the dancer over. Maybe not be lazy. Dancer could be right here. It's Cat today. Which reminds me, I do have to add Maxwell to this folder. I forgot to do that. Nah, we'll figure it out at some point. No worries, Buffy. No worries. Well, music is on. We are ready to go. I'm gonna actually check my task manager because I'm freezing and I don't think that's a phone problem. I think that's a computer problem. I dislike this, so we're gonna get rid of that. Other than that, everything seems to be running optimally, so. You're here to steal my food? Well, Willow, all of the food in that bar that you see back there is yours, right behind Cat, who was dancing on the dance floor. We'll put Cat right here. Behind this monitor is a world of treats, just for you, Willow. Thankfully, I do not own the bar, so whatever you take is, well, on you. Wow. Enough dilly-dallying. Well, can someone get this monitor out of the way? I just sat down, I got the blanket around me. Whatever. Without further delay, allow me to introduce our guest for this evening. Electro, would you please say hello?
Hi.
I've done that thing again where I've lost the source of you. Oh, there you are. You have shown up.
Oh, that's why the screen's there.
Yes. I thought for hours how I could set up this bit, and I was so proud of it, and then I realized that technically, it doesn't really work all that well because it's a standing screen. You are just an arm floating behind that screen. Where your body is, we'll never know.
I am very flexible.
You're sitting up behind there, all curled up and ready to enter into this interview.
It's not that comfy, to be honest.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll speak with management about getting better accommodations for VTubers such as yourself. Well, Electro, I am very, very happy. Oh, I forgot to get rid of your, how embarrassing of me. I have the full power to get rid of that little sprite thing for you, and I didn't do it. I apologize.
Don't hurt the sprite.
No, no sprites allowed. I'm strictly actually allergic to sprites. They have too much power, too much light energy, and they're not allowed in this room. Have a good night, Silver. But regardless, thank you for stopping on in tonight, Electro, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to interview with me. I know that it's quite late over there, and I apologize for the inconvenience of that, but regardless,
It's
you're
about
here.
to be tomorrow, actually.
Is it about to be tomorrow? You're on that EST grind.
Oh, CST.
CST. Oh, yes. Actually, it is past midnight for the EST crew. My bad.
No worries.
See, a majority of my guests are on the far end of the continent, and I have the privilege of being here where the sun still shines later into the night than normal. I can't help it.
Oh, no worries. I don't mind staying up to do this interview.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I needed to do a little bit of adjusting because I didn't account for the fact that the monitor was so huge. So, give me one moment. Everyone in chat, by the way, say hello to Electro. Let's move you over. Oh, I did not move you correctly. There we go. Okay, I believe you should be centered properly, or the best that could be done with this setup. Okay. Honestly, I should have checked that beforehand, but remember in our pre-stream conversation, I always miss one thing. There's always one thing that I mess up, and it just so happens to be this time.
Honestly, hiding the rest of my body is a struggle I deal with in my streams too. It's it's just a thing.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate and stretch, Willow. Well, sitting in chat today is last week's interviewee. Crowbird Cannon is here to listen to their question that they asked for you, specifically Electro, to answer to the best of your ability. So, from Crow, this also messed up as well. Am I even on the right thing? I'm not on the right thing. I apologize, Electro. I'm messing up consistently. There we go.
You don't hear me complaining.
What is your dream project? If money and time were not a factor, what's your magnum opus? What do you want to do? It can be anything. The sky is the limit.
Okay. Oh. So, like, I would make a whole cinematic universe of, like, movies and TV shows kind of in the kind of tokusatsu style that you see with shows like Power Rangers and Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. Hey, because I absolutely love those shows.
I see. What would the show be about for you?
Well, I want to do it in kind of like an anthology where every year there's a new main hero with a new kind of power set. And I want to build a whole mythos. Basically create like a tokusatsu series as with the longevity of like Sentai or Kamen Rider, but made in America with American ideas.
Okay. And what could you give me like an example of your like first main hero if you haven't already thought of that?
So, I guess I should ask: are you familiar with the Henshin hero genre with Kamen Rider with Super Sentai?
I grew up with Power Rangers, and that's about the majority of my exposure to media such as that. I get it
Okay, so
from an extremely
yeah.
broad stance.
Oh no, that's perfectly fine because most of the time, the biggest thing that separates the heroes of each year is the motifs and aesthetics.
Mhm.
They have very similar powers, and it's more about who they are as a character that you get attached to rather than the powers. There are rare examples where they deviate from this. There are some seasons where all the heroes have super speed, for example, or some other just weird variable, but broadly they all have the same powers. It's more about the characters who's using the powers rather than the powers themselves.
Mhm. So,
So that being said,
mhm.
Ed, I think there's a few ideas I have for the first entry in this franchise. Is the one I want to do most first is basically, yeah, I would want to do something centered around the idea of like not being able to control yourself and how you put yourself down that path. In this world, when people get so obsessed and deep into a certain thought that it completely overwhelms them, but don't act on it, they will be turned into a monster that forces them to act on those thoughts. Which
Okay.
could be literally anything. And so our main heroes will be part of an organization and created to keep track of these monsters and try and contain the ones that are based off of hateful thoughts.
Okay. I like this concept a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Would you have the
So, like,
heroes themselves be dealing with these issues?
oh yeah, absolutely. It'd be like a super huge missed opportunity if I didn't. And the main hero, would be someone who is arrogant to a high degree but doesn't realize they are, and eventually has to confront that fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want them to take up their powers solely because they think that they are the only person in the room capable of doing the job.
Okay. I like this concept quite a bit.
And I want a secondary hero who they themselves have turned into a thought monster in the past. Yes, they know what it's like, they empathize with it, but they also, because of that, know it has to be dealt with and stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of places you can go with this idea. I would want to have an arc where the organization, under the influence of certain investors, starts using hypnosis to try and create thought monsters that are designed to defeat other thought monsters. Basically, create thought monsters with the only thought win the battle. Well, and that could be like a whole arc.
Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I've never really been into the Sentai genre, but this concept, if you pitch this to me casually, I think I would pick it up immediately. I would watch all the way through, personally.
Shame you're not a producer.
Well, that is wonderful. Crow, I believe that's an acceptable answer for Crow. The Sentai drama has gotten so toxic. Oh, I swear, the drama in the Sentai.
Yeah. So the actual name of the genre is called Henshin Heroes, often referred to in America as Tokusatsu. Super Sentai is just one of the big 3 shows in that genre.
Yes, and it's
along
to the
with
point
Kamen Rider
where
and Ultraman.
it's to the point where it's basically the reference to it. Like it is the.
It is. Well,
yeah.
more Power Rangers, as that's the adaptation of Super Sentai, but still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since I know nothing about
I'm a
it.
huge nerd for this stuff.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
No worries. In fact, I love it when people. I wanted to say let their guard down because this is an interrogation. So the more you tell me, the happier I get to be. Have a good night, Crow.
Hey, we got Toku fans in the chat.
Yes, Chance is actually the one who, at least roughly, informed me about what Sentai is as a genre. Because, like, before I met Chance, all I could have told you is Power Rangers. That's it. Yeah, that's all I got.
No, that's completely fair. That is the lens most people have to view it through. If you get too deep into Power Rangers, it is a gateway drug.
Yes, I either had to watch it pre-recorded, which, due to my parents, it wasn't the greatest and would often cut off in the middle of episodes, or I would have to wake up extremely early to catch it before school, and yeah, we all know that wasn't happening. I slept in until the last minute, so...
Well, there are some seasons that really hold up. You can find them on the official Power Rangers YouTube channel if you want to watch, like, episodes.
I will definitely have to check that out. Of course, whenever I have the time, since I am the
of course.
very busy frog. The Chance says that finding old stuff online is hard. At least in regards to tokusatsu. That's how you say it.
I know where to find it. I'm not going to say where, so that way it doesn't get taken down. But I know where to find it.
And, well, actually, if you could indirectly somehow maybe send that to me, and I can relay this information as needed. Thankfully, there are no, at least to my knowledge, there should be no authorities watching this stream, so we should be good.
You know what? I'm going to trust you.
No worries. I am probably the most trustworthy person in this room, so...
You hear that, folks? I am not a trustworthy guy.
It's a little bit of a jab. It's a lore things. It's that thing where
Okay,
just wait until my lore drops, and then you'll know.
I should have gone. There are a lot of sleepy people in my home.
Oh, I see. No worries.
Feel free to DM that to Chance.
I'm doing that as we speak, just so I don't forget, because I'm bad about doing that kind of thing. Okay.
No, that's okay.
Well,
I'm forgetful as well.
Very cool. I love this concept for a Sentai. We'll call it a Sentai drama because that is more than likely what it could revolve around. The drama of not accepting your true self.
Yeah.
Save this, save that. Perfect. Okay, now on to the main part of the interrogation. This is the part of the interview where I like to dig deep-ish, and I like to ask questions about your past. So, Electro, why did you become a VTuber? How did you get from where you were to now as the live 2D that is sitting before us today?
So, Dame Dane memes.
Really?
Yes. So I saw the Dame Dane memes. That song goes very hard, so I just had to hear like a full version of it. And the one I found just so happened to be a karaoke from Gaurgura in one of her early streams.
And thus, Electro was born.
I listened to it too much, and my YouTube recommendations were ruined forever. Now I simp for the Grim Reaper.
I see. And that led to you wanting to be a VTuber yourself.
Yes.
How long have you been VTubing?
I had no clue there were independent VTubers at the time.
Oh, yes. I actually thought the same thing. I thought that, because my first exposure to VTubing was Kizuna Ai, and I thought you had to be a part of an idol group to even gain access to the technology to be a VTuber. And wow, was I mistaken a few years later when VTubing exploded. But how long have you been VTubing? How did you come up with this concept of being a paper bag, basically?
I mean, so I'm not very good with time, so I can't tell you when things happened. It's been maybe a year and a half.
Okay.
But I'm gonna sound like a huge hippie for this, but I was technically a VTuber before it was cool.
You are not the first person to have said that on the show. I want to assure you, you are perfectly fine.
Dang, what hippies. But like, I don't know if I still have the picture, but I started doing YouTube stuff 7 years ago. And at some point, I thought it would be funny to put like just a PNG of like a little drawing in a sound booth on my screen. And so my first VTuber model was made in Adobe Character Animator, and it was that little stick figure.
Ah, yes. So a far cry from the design of today, basically.
Oh yes, very, very much. One day I'm just sitting, I'm bored. I draw a paper bag egg because I think, hey, that would make for a funny VTuber design, and then I don't touch it for months. In fact, I'll send you the original drawing I did of it.
Let's get this on screen really fast here.
But anyway, I didn't touch it for months. I tried to. I just saw
quite large.
Big man.
Get this down to size. The before and after looking quite wonderful.
Yes, I really had a glow up. Somehow I lost my eye patch, but still.
So you sat on this for a very, very long time.
Yes.
And then came back to it and revisited it.
I mean, I wanted to be more in the VTuber community, and I just wasn't. People just didn't seem to like the stick figure. I mean, I guess it's not that they didn't like it; just no one cared. And like, I would post my PNG under Twitter posts asking for PNGs and get 0 responses. Then one day, I'm looking through my pictures folder on my PC. I stumble across the bag, and I say, I want to be that. And then I drew it again in Photoshop, I rigged it, and here I am.
Yes, it is, because like I knew about you, but like I hadn't fully looked into everything that you had done. And oh goodness, that's a little bit off, but it's okay. I want to zoom in on your face more than anything. But when I saw you live for the first time, I was like, oh my goodness, he really did just make a paper bag and stick it onto a hand, and that is your concept. And I love designs like that. The simplicity is peak. Like, and I'm not even like,
I love it so much.
there's no irony in this. This is genuinely deep from my heart. I love the simple designs. The simple designs are very, very important to VTubing as a whole, like for real. So compliments from me, I suppose, because I love this design so much.
Thank you.
And you made it yourself.
The one you're currently seeing right now, this is bag version 2.0. It was drawn by a very close friend of mine, and as part of a commission for like a full human version of the bag that is still a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
They finished the bag and arm first and just sent me that to use until they finished the full version.
I see. So it's you are hiding back there. It's just you won't come out. You're a little bit too shy.
No, I'm not coming out.
Well, it's understandable. I get it. Being camera shy is definitely not anything to be ashamed of. I wouldn't force it upon anybody.
I will say I do have some regrets about about going full send into the bag, though. Oh, not like so much regrets that I want to get rid of it entirely, but like the VTubing community is a very flirtatious one, if you hadn't noticed. I have completely alienated myself from that.
Oh. I get it 100%. I know exactly what you're talking about in that regard, but I still think it's fine. I don't think there's any worries to be had. I think you're doing just fine as you are now. And to be honest, I am excited to see the remainder of your body when it is fully done. But I am very impressed what you have right here, right now. And I was also happy when I tuned into stream and noticed that you were rigged. I was like, when I first met you, at least my first knowledge of it, you were still a PNG. So I'm glad that you have come this far, and you were able to rig a model, or have a model rigged at the very least. Either or.
Oh, I did this all myself.
Yeah, good.
I have rigged every model I have.
Yes. Rigging on its own is really, really hard, no matter how simple a design may be, because there is a lot of thought that goes into angle creation and everything. But kudos to you.
Something. Figuring out how to turn this bag, it was difficult, but I figured it out. If I can make eye contact with chat.
And there it is. Also, hello, PK. The interview is going very well. My words are not coming out properly today. I have had too much coffee. I fear, but it's okay. We're in it and we're having a good time. Okay, so we know where you came up with your design. It was a design a couple months in the making, and then you came back to it, revisited it, and here you are today. Where does your name come from? Where does the full Electroguy come in?
Okay, so like the full name is actually Electroguy TJ.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't know that from my Twitter handle because I typed too fast and forgot the J.
On Twitter, it's Electroguy T, and on Twitch, it was Electroguy TJ. So I wasn't too sure if I should include the TJ or not in the promo material.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Basically, it came from Minecraft, and I've just refused to change it. When I was a kid, I made a Minecraft account. Electricity was and still is my favorite like elemental power, so I wanted something based on that. But Electroguy was taken by what is now a dead YouTube channel that was pretty big in its time.
They'll get you every single time, I swear.
And I've just refused to change my name.
That's fair. A name from an age where early in conception, and you just can't escape it. It's something that is always with you and you enjoy.
No, I've just chosen not to.
Well, yes, exactly.
Can't escape implies that I tried to, but people kept calling me Electro anyway.
Well, I mean, when I say it, it's like you try to think through different names, and then that one keeps popping in your head, right? And not to say that you didn't, or that you did think through the different names, but oh my goodness,
I didn't think through different names. I don't think.
Behind
There's
those
not a lot of brain room in here.
behind that bag is just empty, void thoughts.
Hey, just got rated, by the way.
Yes, I saw that. Thank you so much. Hello, Beryl. Welcome on in. I know who you were. I know what you were playing. Honkai Star Rail. Now, get all these shoutouts in order here.
Hi, Beryl.
Yes.
I'm Electro. I'm a bag.
Yes, Electro is a bag VTuber.
I have stolen your groceries. You will not get them back.
Ah, what a darn shame. Again, thankfully, I don't own the bar here, so that's none of my concern.
But it's stealing groceries from here. This is a bar.
Well,
Where am I gonna get my mac and cheese here?
this is true. I don't think they have any in the back unless an employee brought one in, so. No, my apples. No, please don't steal my groceries.
Okay.
Shit's
It's funny
expensive.
that they bring that up specifically, because that they specifically said apples, because I won a raffle to get like an animation made for free, and this is what I got.
Oh my god. This is awesome. Hold on, I'm pulling this up right here, right now. Hopefully I can just drag and drop this
I
in.
especially come for the expensive groceries. I'm coming for those eggs.
Accidentally brought up the same one. It's so good. I love this so much.
Yeah, it's so cute.
You try to eat, but you cannot. Oh my goodness, this is
poor
amazing.
man cannot eat. Give him the apple.
Well, since this is here in front of me, would you be okay? So I have this redeem. It's called Random Dancing. It's what is presently behind your model. My bot goes through and randomly picks a picture from this folder. Would it be okay if I had this as one of the dancers that could show up?
Yes, please.
Perfect.
Do you need the Twitter ad of the artist just in case?
Yes, just in case.
Hold on, I will go fetch it.
Oh, and have a good night, Beryl. Please take care of your wedding things. Far more important than being here, and I appreciate you even considering stopping on by, my love. Yes, good night, Beryl.
Credit to @yokingabout on Twitter.
Perfect. I will not add this now because I don't know if I can do this well live. My streamer bot is the most finicky out of anything. And like anybody else, you can probably make it happen. I can't because it's finicky as fuck.
Don't worry about it. I just I don't want to not credit them.
Of course,
I
of
love
course.
this too much.
I'll put you on the table.
And I
right
got it
here.
for free, so it'd be rude of me.
Yes, of course. Okay. Perfect. All right. So, if you could, and you did lightly mention this, but if you could go back in time and change one thing about your concept or design, what would it be?
That's a hard question actually. Because
See, I've had people give
I think
me
it
a
would-
wide variety of answers. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I kind of wish that I got started on getting like the 2.0, the redesigns earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Or, simply because it's partly because this is drawn by a close friend, but I love this. But I love Bag 2.0 so much,
Mm-hmm.
and I honestly wish I would have figured out the lore more, because my lore is very vague. It is basically just lore colon VTuber.
I mean, that's fine. Like, you could have hundreds of pages of docs, or you could have a simple sentence. I think that anything lore-wise is fine. I would actually say that it's okay to
make
have
a lore video at some point, but like,
Mhm.
thank you for spelling it out in chat, PK Ninja. I kind of want to make a lore video, but it's kind of hard with my lore being so open-ended. It would just end up being like a personal history.
Well, see, that's the cool thing about open-ended lore. It can go anywhere, and it can be anything.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with D&D, at least from a character creation concept, or any TTRPG for that matter, sometimes the best characters are written in 1 or 2 sentences. And it's, at that point, the challenge to make something as you go along. And you can be very creative with it. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think that it is a great starting point at the bare minimum. So you basically you would have much rather started on the lore and then worked on the design, or would you have had the designs
No,
earlier?
I love the design. I just the design should come first, in my opinion, because that's what's really going to sell your character. Or I hope I don't sound rude when saying this, but like honestly, I don't care about a VTuber's lore unless it's right in front of me.
No, I understand that completely.
Otherwise, I just completely forget about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's
Like,
got to be very compelling in order for you to stick around. Well, at least strictly for the lore.
Yeah, if I I have friends with cool lores, but then like at no point is it ever relevant to to who they are as a character and a streamer.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I have a friend who's an ancient Sakura dragon trapped under a Sakura tree for thousands of years, only to come out by projecting a human form out into the world. But like that's barely ever brought up.
Yeah, it's just there to write it down on a page.
I'm not. This wasn't meant to be an insult. Love you,
No.
North.
No. Listen, it can be considered a hot take, I suppose, but I agree with you. I don't know if anyone in chat wants to elaborate on their thoughts on that, but like, honestly, yeah. If the lore is there, I think that there should be some way that you implement it into your character and your streams. Not necessarily all the time.
There's another guy who's a goblin who loves cookies, and like half of their lore is dedicated to the fact that they really enjoy and sell cookies, and the other half is dedicated to how they're the reincarnation of a mad wizard who killed gods. And they're like completely unrelated.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Do they typically go for the cookie stuff on stream, if that's anything that's brought up?
The cookie thing, their love of cookies and Oreos is most of their of their like quote unquote advertising to begin with.
Which is great.
Yeah, it's honestly funny how much like crazy storylines these VTubers will come up with only to not use it.
Yes, that is I'm lightly guilty of that. But
And this goes for like big corporate VTubers too. Like,
yes.
does anyone really remember that that Nanashi Mume is like the guardian of society?
I definitely don't. And actually, aside from like basic titles, I don't really know a lot of lore. Like Mori Calliope, I know is the Grim Reaper, but I don't know why she's the Grim Reaper or how she's the Grim Reaper or what she does as the Grim Reaper. I just know that she is Mori Calliope, and that's it. At least for an easy example.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with this take. I think that if you're going to have lore, it should be a part of your character. But I also agree that even having 1 or 2 sentences or even a short paragraph is definitely fine. I don't think there's any issue with that. Though I can see where you would want to have a little bit more fleshed out, I suppose.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, so this question... Oh, thank you for the hydrate, PK. I'll do that really fast. So this question actually comes from the interviewee before Crow, Tank Bearclaw. And I love this question a lot. This is actually not Tank. This is before Tank. This is from a VTuber named Ellie. Eliana Nightrain. She asks, if you could lay out all of your traits on the table for a moment, and when your viewers watch your next stream, they walk away with one of your traits as a part of them now. Like it is ingrained into them. Which trait do you want them to have? And this isn't like you get it stolen from you. This is just basically they adapt it into their character.
Honestly, despite the fact that I've been called like overly sensitive in the past, I want people to take away my sensitivity. It keeps me as how do I explain this? It keeps me as a sweetheart because like I feel really bad if I'm not a sweetheart.
So
And,
a sense of like, yeah, that is a hard way of putting it. You put it the best way. It's that sense of empathy, feeling empathy for other people. I like that answer. And honestly, if you wear that on your shoulder, I think the great part about this question is that there is a semblance of truth to it. If you wear this trait on your shoulder, some people will walk away with it. And that's the cool thing about being an influencer. I like that. And our sweet Ellie probably has gone to bed at this point, so I will send them this as an answer to them because they also love this question. Yes, a lot more people they could definitely learn to be a little bit more sensitive and caring.
I have been called oversensitive though, so they might not want to take all of it.
Well, like, of course.
Like one moment while playing like a shooter game on stream, I'll be like crap talking the enemies because it's kind of fun, and then another moment I'll see one hurt and I'll be like, no.
Well, I think at that point that just makes for great entertainment. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think that you are fine just as you are. Okay, so is there any scrapped ideas, any scrapped concepts that you have that you may never return to that you could share with us?
There was one time where I before I went fully into the VTuber thing, where I was just like drawing up random ideas for VTubers. I noticed that I hadn't seen any turtle girls, so I drew a turtle girl. Well, turns out that is not an easy thing to do, since the most distinctive part of the turtle is on the part you don't see on most VTubers.
Yes. Actually, let me find somebody for you really fast. I believe I can get this in just a jiffy.
Yeah. I don't still have that image I drew of a turtle girl VTuber, but like, you know, I love turtles. What else am I supposed to do?
Okay, I will send you the. You are right that there aren't a lot of sea turtle girls, or turtle VTubers in general, but I do have a turtle VTuber that I know of. Her name is Melody Sea Turtle, if you haven't already met her. Absolute sweetheart. I don't stop by her streams enough, because she streams at a time of day that I'm always working, unfortunately. But
Oh
yes.
yeah, I have a couple friends like that.
Yes, she actually she's from Australia, so that makes a lot of sense. That checks out why I can never make it to her streams. I'm either sleeping or I'm at work. There is no in between, unfortunately, when it comes to friends that I would like to watch, and it makes me very upset. Yes, Melody is wonderful and an absolute beast when it comes to video game music trivia. My partner runs a game show, and it revolves around video game OSTs. And nearly with 100% efficacy for every question, Melody gets every question right in chat. It is insane.
Holy cow.
A supercomputer. A human supercomputer, basically. Okay, well, the easy part of the interrogation is over. As far as what you've expressed to me as far as your character design, you are shy?
Oh yeah, in real life, yeah.
Mhm.
Like there are very few VTubers who have seen my face.
Mhm. Mhm. I mean,
And like the only one off the top of my head I can think of who has seen my face, I I only showed it because I'm a simp.
I see. Well, I mean, as a VTuber, there is a sense of anonymity to being one. I know plenty of VTubers who have never ever shown their face to anyone they haven't met in person, or at
Yeah.
least trust, of course. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. In regards to at least the design of your model, now that I know that there is a body in the works, is that part of your design still going to be there? Is the shy aspect of it still going to be there?
I want to have the way I'm going to incorporate that is I want to have a toggle where the bag arm just like goes all the way up, and then I can just like move it down until the face is off screen.
Well, that works. I actually really
Other
like
than
that.
everything character design wise is going to my artist because I trust them a lot.
Mhm.
They're a really close friend.
Well, that's good to hear. And I mean, did you give them like a baseline idea of what you wanted, or did you just say this is all on you? Every single bit of this is on you.
I sent them pick crews.
Ah, there you go. Well, there's a
That's
lot of
about it.
magic that can happen there. Similar to the
Yeah.
the lore thing, right? With
I'll share a couple with you.
oh my
Just so you
god,
can see them.
this is adorable. I'll get this on screen. And this also gives me a very good idea of the ideas that you want to go with.
I mean, for the most part, the pick crews are just like anime versions of me, as far as the pick crew would allow.
I see a very clear pattern here. I like the hairstyle especially. The hair is what is
Yeah.
selling me. Do you want to implement the red eyes in this design on the left?
The red eyes, I only did that to like so that I could have like it be in the similar colors to the bag.
Okay, yes.
That's not a thing I'm going to enforce with my artists if they choose to do a different color. I am trusting them a lot, but like we're really close friends, so I can afford to.
Yeah, that I understand that. That checks out. See, again, it's like the lore thing. Even with a little bit of lore, you can still create something amazing. But when you hand a very vague idea to an artist, the sky's the limit, right? They can give you anything, and typically, obviously, at that point, they're willing to work with you to do some revisions, hopefully. But there's some magic that comes out of having someone that you trust create something for you.
One day, while they were designing, they randomly sent me a DM that says, "Hey, is it alright if I have a skirt?"
And?
my only, I responded with, "If you may, but I am gonna require that you also add pants."
Yeah, the ability to swap back and forth. Options. Very important. I love hearing that as a random question out of the blue. So you did mention this lightly. And I wanted to press you on it a little bit. You've mentioned that the bag itself is sentient. Could you elaborate as to how that is?
When did I say that?
Well, on your application sheet, I asked you to give me a little bit about yourself. I could pull up the full question, I believe, here.
Yeah, could you like copy and paste my response into the thing? Because it spent a long time.
No worries.
I had to just like make up some BS for the lore and as many details as possible question.
I appreciate your honesty. Oh my goodness. Well, here you are, for ease of your viewing pleasure. I love to hear that. See, when I came up with the idea of this show, the part that I wanted to really enforce was the preparedness aspect. You can come in as prepared as you want. You can come in completely off guard. It's to simulate the most you that I can get out of. And I appreciate your honesty.
So I'm just gonna read what I wrote word for word here. The bag puppet has little consistency in how it's portrayed and shows it's a sentient creature with ties to the grocery store industry. But at live events and in person, it's an extension of the puppeteer to make self-expression easier. So it is literally just a puppet.
That's it. And the sentient part is just, in a way, to describe that you are, your whole being is in it.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a very good answer. All right. Well, with that in mind, I did have a series of questions, but with our topic earlier in regards to Super Sentai and that genre, if you could get a power of your choosing, what would that power be?
My knee-jerk reaction is to say that I want a henshin. I want to transform like the writers, like the Sentai characters. Well, like that isn't necessarily a power.
I mean, being able to have a costume change is.
Most of the time, that's done with like a separate device, though. So, like, is
I
it really a
suppose.
power?
Soul says it's a power, so
No, I would still argue in favor of it because, like if someone was messing with me, and armor just materialized onto my body, they're not gonna mess with me again.
that is an amazing thought, actually. Honestly, yeah, what a great defense mechanism that would be. You could still live a comfortable. Well, true pacifism is hard to come by, but a comfortable pacifistic life and always have a defense mechanism on you.
Yeah. And if my armor looked nice, it's very easy last minute cosplays could be had.
Yeah, there you go. Would you have it be the same color configuration as your paper bag?
Okay. This is gonna probably break immersion of this whole thing, but I might as well just show this off.
Ooh, I'm ready. Oh my goodness, I
actually did design a Power Ranger cosplay outfit.
Oh my goodness.
I designed it while I was Let's Playing a game called Chroma Squad. And then
yes, I've heard of that one.
On the last Chroma Squad stream.
Yes.
So I haven't gotten to use this that much, actually.
Oh, you need to use it whenever you can, whenever you have the opportunity to. It is rigging the sheer power.
Yes. It's based off of Juden Sentai Kyoryuger because that style just kind of works well for the bag, but I kind of want to make other toku bags based on other series.
Mm-hmm. That is so wild. I was not expecting to say that in jest, and then you have it prepared. That is awesome. You have completely floored me, actually. I'm so caught off guard.
You see, Chet, this is how you win in interviews.
Yes. Preparedness. If you could answer a question with a demonstration, you're doing wonders. That is amazing. I love that so much. Now I kind of want one. I'm not gonna lie. I want a transformation.
But yeah, well, I don't know how to make 3D models, so I can't exactly help you
worries.
there.
I could bring it up with my business partner.
I mean, I could do character designs for you because I love designing tokusatsu styled heroes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That would be wonderful. But of course.
But yeah, if I would either want super speed because, duh.
Yes.
Or I want a henshin. There's this part of me that really wants to be Kamen Rider Kuga.
Oh, I'm not familiar with them. Let's see.
It's a really good show. Oh, also, I keep forgetting to be quiet. My bad.
Let me also get an image of this on screen. Oh, yes, actually, I do know this person. Or at least
he is the himbo king of Kamen Riders.
The main protagonist of said show.
Yeah.
Web peas all around. There we go.
The character of Yusuke Godai, he's so lovable.
And you said he was a himbo.
Yes, he is the himbo king of the riders.
We love himbos around here.
Most people, when they say that they're a himbo, say that's armor. That's not a himbo. And then I bring up a certain scene in a hospital, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, I love him."
Well, Is it a big major spoiler to talk about it here? What about
Not
that
really.
scene?
So like throughout the series, he's a writer, so obviously he fights monsters, but he's been beaten pretty badly by a monster because it's still early on. He's still learning to use his powers. So he's getting patched up at the hospital. Well, he claims he's fine, and leaves just as one of his close friends comes to check on him in the hospital. Well, no matter what anyone says, he insists that he's fine, and he just leaves the hospital, gets on his motorcycle, and rides away. Okay, then we cut to him just at a random part of road where no one's around, and he is wincing,
Oh,
because those wounds hurt.
mm-hmm. So trying to display as much strength as possible and not let anybody worry about him.
Not necessarily strength. His whole thing is that he wants to protect people's smiles.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want people to worry.
Yeah.
So like he doesn't want people to think that he might be too weak to fight, since he is the only one who can defeat the monsters called the Grongi.
I see. So, well, I would still argue that that's strength. It's not a strength of body, but a strength of spirit. He's just like me, for real, for real. Oh yes, I am. I love characters that are like that. Perhaps realistically unrealistic, but who cares? They inspire strength and determination in normal people. So why not love it, right?
Yeah, he's such a lovable character. If Kuga is one of the few Kamen Rider shows you can watch illegally. So either get the Blu-ray, get a free account on like Tubi or something, and just go watch it because it's really good.
Chance, if you haven't seen this yet, Chance, I know you're listening, you silly little rat. This one may be for you, unless you haven't already. Hello, Roa. Yes, we are talking a little bit about. You said it was Kamen Rider Kuga?
Yeah, Kuuga.
You were looking at ugly hamsters. What a silly goob you are.
Don't be mean to the hamsters.
You were passing by and saw Kuga. Yes, Electro is a big fan of the Sentai genre, not drama, the Sentai genre of shows. And as this is an interview, I like to always press as much information out of my guest as possible.
But no, like if I were to pick like it's not just one power, but like I would be Kuga if I could.
Just him in general. I mean, I don't blame you.
Yes.
I love that. That is adorable and sweet. And I needn't ask, but what would you use these powers for?
Okay. So like apart from the answer I gave earlier of just like transform right in front of someone to intimidate them, assuming that I have the Kuga powers in a reality where the show still exists, I would I'd just let people get pictures with a real Kuga.
Yes. That's a great response.
But like also with his great strength and defense, I'd be able to do like tasks I couldn't do before.
True.
Like hey, you need someone to like hold a heavy object for you? Just let me henshin.
And then they're like, oh my gosh, it's the real Kuga. Like, he is there. That is adorable. I love that answer. Friendly neighborhood
What
common
you
writer.
mean,
Exactly.
Yusuke Godai shaking his head right now.
He
would give me a big thumbs up.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know a lot about him, but I know that I'm pretty sure he would be nodding in approval of these actions. See, I had this question before because when I was doing a little bit of research, like I do, trying to understand your likes and your dislikes, I see that you played a lot of Transformers on stream. And are you also a fan of Transformers?
I'm a huge Transformers fan. I've been into it since I was little.
So does it fit in that same sphere for you as far as the Kamen Rider Sentai genre? Is it the same thing, or is it more of the cool robot aesthetic?
So what I'll say is when I first started watching Power Rangers when I was little, well, the main thing that would get me excited to watch an episode would be the Megazord fight at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely love robots. But as I got older, I got more invested in the human aspect of each Ranger show. Oh, there are like themes now that stuck with me as a kid in Power Rangers that I look back on and wonder how on earth I somehow ignored that.
I mean,
and yeah,
when you're a kid, it's harder to pick up on some of the core messages because, hell, you look at the cool robot at the end of the show and you're excited for that, or you see the cool fight scenes and that is a little bit more apparent to you. Growing up gives you a wisdom that when you watch these shows back, you can still have a great appreciation for them.
Oh yeah.
That's their magic.
So like, Power Rangers and Transformers appealed to me when I was little for very similar reasons, but nowadays they appeal to me for very different reasons.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Well, I still do collect Transformers toys because like they're fun, and Hasbro does like their adult collector audience.
Thank you for the follow, Roa. So, is it any different with Transformers then, from watching it as a kid to watching it now, or do you still have that love of big robots?
I don't think the big robots thing is ever gonna go away.
Some things stick with us forever.
Yeah, but obviously I do have like much deeper understandings of like the characters like Optimus and Megatron and I've fallen in love with like the deep political messages in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they do whole things with Cybertron in like ancillary media and comics that in the mainline shows just get completely overshadowed by like simple good versus evil.
Mm-hmm.
But like even still in some of those like very simple good versus evil kids shows, they do good work to like flesh out Megatron and make you understand why people follow him.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to just being a big stompy evil villain that does one thing over and over without any explanation.
Yeah.
Does this love for Transformers also translate to Gundam Gunpla?
Not really.
Not really for you. I understand because like
I don't get me wrong, I like the designs.
mhm.
I just have never bothered with it.
This is 100% based and fair. And at the end of the day, Gundam also has a predominantly human aspect to it. They just happen to control the Gundams and robots. So
Yeah. One of the things that sticks with me now about Transformers and its world is the fact that for the most part they are always fleshing out Cybertron more and more. It's very rare that they add a new planet that sticks around. And the planets that have stuck around all have different cultures from Cybertron. And that's interesting. I mean, I like more getting a planet that's fully fleshed out than like just some random planet that exists to be a warfield. Well, I'm not accusing Gundam of doing that. I haven't seen Gundam, but like that's something I'm kind of afraid of. With trying to get into the Gundam franchise, that we will just see planets that are used as battlegrounds and only battlegrounds.
I feel that, and that's why I don't really. This same reason I don't really want to watch them. But I did hear that the Witch from Mercury is actually really good. Like, you don't actually need any prior Gundam knowledge to enjoy it, and it has a lot of the good aspects of Gundam while also remaining somewhat grounded. So definitely something to add to a list if you wanted to get into it. I hear it's just a good gateway in. And it's recent, like, just came out this last year. So.
Alright, I'll think about giving Witch a chance.
And add to the ever-fueling addiction of big robots and transformations. Soul wanted to know if you played War for Cybertron.
I'm doing a playthrough of that right now. On my streams.
Yeah, I did see that you played it a little bit, but as I am not 100% ingrained.
Do a full playthrough of Fallout Cybertron.
Okay. Are those a prequel sequel, basically?
Okay, so yes, War for Cybertron and Fallout Cybertron are very connected to each other. They I don't want to talk about them so much that you're interested in them, for the sole reason that you cannot buy them anymore.
Oh, okay.
Or Hasbro and Activision had a falling out, and all of the good Transformers games have been wiped from every store. I only still have them because they are saved in the cloud of my Steam library.
Oh, even Steam. They removed it from Steam.
It's not even on Steam.
Wow.
But Steam library saved it in my cloud, and I'm so grateful for that because I got a new PC recently.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
I was afraid I was going to lose those games forever if I couldn't find a way to back them up.
Wow. I did it, like, I knew people removed games, right? I wasn't expecting a major title to be removed entirely. Like, I get it. Just, I'm glad that you have them. And if not, taking a sip here, of course, but pirating.
That's true.
It's not the same, though. To be entirely fair, it would never be the same as actually owning the game.
Yeah, but yeah, they're like genuinely great games for the Transformers franchise. Guys, the story is very simple in each of them, but like they still manage to be endearing with the way they write the individual characters. and how they seamlessly managed to put driving into a shooter game, where you can just press a button and drive whenever you want.
Yeah, that's super freaking cool. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look into it, and whenever you are live streaming it, I will try to stop on by to get the full experience.
Yeah, I mean, I back when I was doing Let's Plays on YouTube, I Let's Played them a lot. Same thing goes for the other Transformers games that got completely deleted when Activision and Hasbro had their falling out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Transformers was a franchise with genuinely good tie-in games, and we can't have that anymore.
Yeah, because of one falling out between a company, and now we can't have nice things.
I mean, we are going to be getting a new Transformers game in the future that looks like it's going to be pretty good. My only grievance with it thus far is that it's going to be a live service game, meaning if support for it ever ends, then it's gone forever.
I hate that. That grinds my gears. That makes me unnecessarily upset. Like, I understand.
I don't know if it's like insulting or rewarding that Hasbro has started to make new toys based off of those Warfare and Fall of Cybertron games, because, like, on one hand, I'm really excited to see them because I love those designs, I love those games. I pre-ordered the Warfare Cybertron Optimus Prime that recently came out, and it's an amazing figure. But on the other hand, and if I didn't have have the games on my Steam library cloud, that might have made me very, like, sad and kind of depressed.
I can imagine. I have not experienced it, but I've had a few live service games that have gone out, and it's not quite the same as, like, not ever having access to them again, because building a private server, like, from a community, or as far as a community building a private server, that works. That's a thing. They can always be revived, but games that just vanish entirely, you have to have owned it in the first place in order to even consider having it. Actually,
somehow the community for Fall of Cybertron, who owned it before it was taken down, they actually did that. They made a community server so people can play the online mode again.
Oh, well, there you go. The power of people over the corpo.
So yeah, the Cybertron games are very beloved games in the Transformers fandom.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, that is the extent of my interrogation for you. But as we go ahead and take a really quick break, I want to place it on to chat really fast. If anyone has any questions for Electro, make sure that you ask after the break, of course. Get them ready. But we will be back in about 10...
I will answer them.
Yes, we will be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. So sit tight and relax. All right, everyone. We are back. I could probably get rid of our ranger here really fast. I hope everyone was able to get a nice, refreshing beverage or drink in or run to the restroom. Whatever creature you may be in chat tonight. How are we all doing? Do we have any questions for Electro before they move on to show us? You had some things to show, yes. Collections of things and projects that you've been working on.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, if you want to get that ready now, actually, I forgot to give you permission to share this channel. I'll grab this right now. Let's see.
Okay. Different projects are in different places, so saying it might be a little finicky.
No worries. No worries at all.
Yeah.
I've set up this channel to be like the most bare bones, not bare bones, like the most protective. Like nobody could do anything in it except for me, but that has come to bite me in the ass.
Yeah.
And now I have to set up everything to make sure that it's perfect every single time.
Yeah.
I believe.
How much time do we do for the bit?
It could be anywhere between like 5 to 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Because there's like a couple projects I want to show off, so like I don't want to take up too much time.
Of course. Thank you for the posture check, Bonnie.
All right. What's your favorite grocery to steal? Popcorn.
Just kernels,
I
or
have a minor addiction to popcorn.
I guess
my
you
favorite
would go
food.
home and you would heat it up and warm it up, and you wouldn't just eat the kernels out of the bag straight. But I couldn't help but think about that.
What are you trying to accuse me of?
Drake asks, is a hot dog a sandwich? And here we go. This is going to spark a debate.
See, I know this is gonna spark a debate, but I'm going to answer it anyway. Hey, the two foods are very similar. Or don't get me wrong. I understand that. And I understand that you might go into a sandwich shop and order a hot dog, and maybe they'll have it. I know Subway doesn't. But it just feels weird to me to describe a hot dog as a sandwich, because at no point am I going to walk into a hot dog stand or a sandwich shop and say, "Hey, may I please have the sausage and mustard sandwich?"
I will say, in New York, a hot dog is classified as a sandwich under their tax laws.
Tax law, yeah, that makes sense, because like taxes is weird. But like that doesn't change how I'm going to ask for a hot dog in New York.
And they actually do have a full website. It's called The Cube Rule. I don't remember the URL extension, but if you look up The Cube Rule, as far as sandwiches go, technically, a hot dog is classified as a taco. Because if you get the buns that are still connected to each other, then they are a taco. Of course, if you separate those buns, at that point, the hot dog becomes a sandwich. So, yeah. It's...
by bringing this up, you bring up a very interesting point in the fact that most taco places do not serve bread tacos with bread shells. They serve tortilla shells.
This is true, though the cube rule assumes that it is not the material, it is the container that is holding said ingredients in place.
Okay, I hear you. I really do. But like the only rules that govern society are rules that people agree on, and the rules that people have agreed on are the rules that if you ask for bread for bread as the shell of your taco, the people at Taco Bell are gonna look at you funny.
You bring up a fair point. There's science and then there is society. And society does dictate more than the science does, to be fair.
Yes.
Also, by the way, I believe you should have permission to share in this channel. Let me know if you can't, though. This debate
Is anything going to pop up on stream if I do that right now?
No. I don't have anything
Okay. Yeah.
set up yet. I'm just waiting for you to get all good and comfy.
Oh, I'm ready. I just between showing something off, I just have to search through folders to find the next one.
Okay, yeah, I can hide it every single
That's not an
time.
issue at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This debate will plague humanity longer than anxiety. It's true, actually. Is it jalapeno or jalapeno? You decide.
So anyway, I can't see because there's a video covering my screen now. I can no longer see the stream. So please let me know if anyone else asks a question.
Yes, of course. We'll get this up here really fast. Search through my trillions upon trillions of sources here. Perfect.
So since we brought up Kamen Rider, I figured the first sound design thing I've done to show off should be the time I just dubbed some of the first episode of Kamen Rider Double just for fun.
Get
Now,
this.
chat, be careful because this one is not legally released in the US. However, the anime sequel is, so go ahead with Futo Ti, otherwise known as Futo Tante.
Okay.
It does require Crunchyroll Premium though.
Got one more little adjustment to make here.
Yeah, I bought Premium when Futo Tante was coming out just so I could see it. And then I dropped it.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Well, I guess if you dropped it, then at that point... Okay.
I always make it a point to support the legal releases of shows I like when possible.
Now,
Well,
count
but
out
I do
your
make an
sins.
exception for a couple shows a couple Kamen Rider series that are released legally, but were obtained through like shady methods to the point where the production company Toei does not recognize the company who licensed it as having a license.
Oh, yes, of course, because Toei will do Toei things. Okay, I think I should be set up in
they
here.
recognize every other license but those two from that very specific company.
Oh, I see. Okay, I should be set up on my end. If you want to play like 1 second of it so that the sound, I could check to see if it's gone through. Oh, that's perfect.
All right. So are we good to show it off?
Yes, it should be good.
Please excuse poor voice acting on my end, but I did this alone.
Just blow up in the end.
I mean, yeah, it's a tradition as old as time at this point.
Yeah, that was really well done.
Yeah, since the 70s.
I broke because obviously I've never seen this before. I broke with the stretchy limbs. that caught me off guard.
Oh yeah, that's just the thing the two of them can do.
I
should mention, though Kamen Rider Double as a series is not legal to watch in the US, as it doesn't have a legal release.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 episodes of every Rider season are available in the US through Toei's official YouTube channel, and are there to like entice like people who might want to buy licenses.
Hmm.
So I sourced the footage from that.
Okay. So this is legal.
Yes, technically.
Technically. Okay, so did you you voiced over almost everything in this. Did you voice over the people screaming earlier when they were running away?
No, I just had that
Okay.
in like a sound library.
Okay, I was curious if you had done like all the individual screams because I that would have been very impressive.
It would have,
Okay, I like
but
this.
I didn't want to do that.
That would be a lot of effort, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, do
Okay.
you have one
I'm
more to
gonna.
share?
I do have another to share.
Perfect.
There. If you thought the last one was good, you're gonna lose your mind at what I'm about to show you.
I am ready. And of course, I don't want to have any rush, but for time's sake, let's
Yes.
just one more, and that should be good for the bit
Oh, this
itself.
one will be much shorter.
Perfect. Cinnamon has picked the perfect time to be a needy, lovey cat, and she wants my attention, all of it.
Aw, I love cats. All right. So, can chat see?
Yes, they can see
It's
it.
a black screen right now. All right.
Yeah.
Please forgive me. Please forgive us, Disney.
Uh-oh. That's a great way to end that off.
Yes, it is.
Uh, did you do the chewy sound? I have to know. Did you?
Oh no, that was in the
Okay.
library given to us by the teacher. I should explain. This was the final project for a sound design class I took where I learned all my skills.
Understood. Okay.
And the teacher was just blown away by it. And so was every family member I've shown this to, because they all thought it was real.
So basically, what you've done is taken all of the sounds and replaced them with your own, but like,
Yeah, the final we were given the entire Star Wars library. The teacher never explained where he got it,
I see.
but we were given the entire library. We had to we had to mute that clip from Star Wars, all of us, and completely redo everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've pretty much got me. I didn't realize that was. To be fair, I've also not seen the movie. Please don't judge me, anyone who is a big Star Wars fan. But I
Here's
was
the thing, I'm
fooled.
not a Star Wars fan either. I wouldn't have done this if it wasn't my final assignment.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Did the JoJo music not tip you off?
I another admittance. I have not watched JoJo, so
Oh, that's fair.
yes, my partner wincing. If they can hear this right now.
But no, the theme I use, that's Jonathan Joestar's theme.
Yeah, I had a feeling like it sounded slightly off, but I was like, I could see Disney using a theme like this. Of course, not now knowing that it's JoJo, I would be able to
Yeah.
tell the difference, of course. All right, and you have one more to share with us, or
Oh, I thought you said you wanted that to be
okay,
the
okay.
last one.
I was just curious. I was just curious. Okay.
I
Yes,
can show another if you want me to, but like,
I think for time's sake, since
I
we're
don't have
running
to.
up right on close there, let's keep it at that. I think it'll be a perfect ending point for us.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
I really don't have anything better than that anyway. Anything else would look disappointing.
Oh no. I think it would look amazing. Why have I done this to myself? Okay. Discord is so weird when you try to pop out things into full screen. Pitch is currently engaged in debate. Forgive them. I see. All right. So, Electro, we're at the end of
Yes.
the interview here, and I have two very important questions for you. The first question is, you don't know who the next interviewee is going to be, but if you could ask
Not at
them
all.
whatever you want, what would you like to ask this next person?
Hmm. I okay, this might sound like kind of out of pocket from me considering like how sweet I've tried to be. But like what's the greatest example of pure justice you've seen in your life? Though I will not say who hurt me, by the way.
So, what's the greatest example of pure justice?
Of like justice you've seen in your personal life. Like if someone's mistreated you and then something happened to them. You know, I don't know. I just think it's interesting to hear about like karma and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Write that down as like an example point there.
Yeah.
Perfect. As someone who does
Hopefully it
know who
doesn't sound
the
like too out of pocket.
no
I
no
will
no
not say
no
who hurt me, by the way.
no. Of course, I understand. This is a good question. I like it. And
Yeah.
hey, it might not even be like in terms of that. It could be anything that you see in life.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And my final question for you, Electro, is there somebody you would like to raid as we send off our viewers into the night?
There is. The original person I wanted to raid stopped streaming. But there's a couple other friends who are streaming right now. I almost had the golden opportunity to raid the same person twice in one night, so that's disappointing.
Oh.
But since we can't raid them, let's raid Ringo Bonbon.
I
I should probably
believe.
write down that name so you get it right.
I think I got it. They're playing Don't Starve together.
Yes,
Perfect. Yes.
she's a sweetheart.
Yes, we will definitely be giving her a raid. Okay. Yes, have a great evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this interview, and thank you, Electro, for being here tonight. Please,
welcome.
I know it's incredibly late, so please get some rest. And yeah, let's just send this raid out. Electro, do you have any streams planned for this week, or any big events that are coming up, or is it a relatively chill weekend for you?
So I just finished all my scheduled streams for the week and need to make a new schedule tomorrow.
Well, there you go. I've got you at the
Um,
very end.
yeah. So like I get I guess follow me on Twitter, maybe join my Discord if you want to see my schedules. I don't know. Not to like overly self-promote here or anything.
No, of course not. The whole point of you being on this show is to self promote and share what you have. I shouted you out here. You know, I should
Yes,
actually
yes,
add to the guest
go there.
command.
There are links to Twitter and my Discord on my about page. You
Yes.
may click them. Please click them.
And we will
I
send
am
out
desperate.
this raid. Alrighty, everyone. We will see you all another night. This Tuesday,
Chat.
I'm going to be streaming with Buffy. And we won't fully explain what we're doing, but I'm excited for what we have in store.
Vampire killing.
Well, don't tell Bonnie that. Have a good night, everyone.